Thank you for staying with us. Joining me now to talk about the 401, a certain stretch of the 401 is a concerned citizen who happens to be Don Groot. So let's find out what his concern is. Don, welcome to the program. What stretch of the 401 you have a concern with?
Thank you for having me on, Doreen.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Yeah. And the stretch of the 401 is between Marytown and Long Beach, I guess it is. And specifically, it's the area of the 401 that loops south towards the river and back again.
So it's that curve then. There's curves.
There's several curves,
yes.
Two fairly sharp curves.
Mm-hmm.
And from my discussions with people, the perception is those are dangerous curves, and the Ministry of Transportation doesn't necessarily have stats to back that up, but I think the perception is that those are dangerous curves.
And so what would you like to see happen?
Well, this whole thing started out by having Stantec Engineering, a consulting firm, ask for input from the public. So 2 years ago that came out. It took me a while to respond, but anyway, I responded to it that they should straighten the 401. So namely, take those curves out and shorten the highway and move along the normal corridor of the highway.
So where it curves, instead of curving, it would just go straight.
Correct. Yeah.
Alrighty. Can that be done? Like, is there enough land there? It's not going to...
Well, it's mostly forested land. There's a few private individuals, and funny enough, it happens to be one of the guys I play hockey with. It goes smack dab through his property, so I feel not too...
So there's no buildings?
Well, there is a few private properties, I guess. But,
okay.
I've learned since I come up with this, but anyway, I presume the province will treat them fairly, but if it ever happened, I got to be careful. This is just a private idea at this point, right?
Yes, it is.
The province hasn't indicated any real interest in it. But I have talked with a highway engineer, and I've had multiple correspondences back and forth with them. And the three things that they are say that it, and I've had this response a number of times, is that it's not in the corridor. They're only wanting to get information about ideas for what they had on the corridor. So they've, and I've asked if they could provide a study based on the idea I had presented, and because namely it saves about a kilometer distance. So a kilometer distance is, for 31,000 plus vehicles a day, adds up a lot to a year. My rough calculation is about 12 million a year.
Really?
And based on fuel savings, people's time savings, there's less highway maintenance,
right?
The safety, so those factors all come in, put a cost against that, and that's kind of roughly where the numbers are. And again, I'm no expert here. I'm no traffic engineer or highway engineer, but when I did speak with the Ministry of Highway Engineer, he didn't have any issues with the numbers I kind of put together. So there must be some reasonableness to them. Where was I going? Yeah. So there's three things I think that they kind of say that they need to make it a non-corridor assessment. And basically, if there's a volume of traffic or accessibility to traffic or safety or municipal input.
Well, there is a safety issue there.
Well, yeah, not from their statistics point of view that supports it, but but I did ask for more information on that, but I never did get it. But
yes.
But they are responding to me. They are having the conversation, so that's all positive.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And I'm thinking that if it's a good idea, it'll eventually sort of filter through and come up to the top, and maybe somebody will do something. I mean, I may not see it in my lifetime, but I just don't like the idea of putting good money after bad. That route was chosen apparently for some political influenced reasons of a local motel owner.
Yes.
And that's been kind of corroborated by some other information I had recently, and it's something I heard back 30 years ago because I lived in this area,
Yeah.
So I think the angle that I probably need to pursue next is see if the truckers have input to this, and also maybe work with municipalities to get their input. They've had input, basically didn't get any input, but none of this idea wasn't really put forward to them.
Yes, yeah.
So that may be some next steps in this, is to involve some of the local political leaders. But.
So does this have anything to do with animal migration or things of this nature?
Well, one of my initial inputs was they, as part of the whole thing to straighten the 401, is also put in corridors where migration routes can be. So like an underpass for,
Yes, yeah.
I think there is one at Jones Creek, but there's nothing between there and probably Brockville, really.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, underpasses. There's a quite a known migration path between the Frontenac biosphere and the Appalachians, I think
Yes,
it is, to the south. So
yes.
So yeah, that was one of the inputs. The other inputs is 8 lanes of highway in this area. Oh my God,
Yes.
let's start doing some planning and move some east-west corridors more northerly. Like the number 7 comes to mind, or at Arnprior or whatever. Start bringing east-west corridors into play and stop this ribbon of development we have along the southern border. And so those are other pieces of input that I've written on. But
so Don, if they do the study, they realize there is a savings. They still have to approach the landowners, though, do they not?
Yeah, there are processes in place that I'm not too aware of, but I believe they get a higher percentage than the market value, I guess. Yeah. So I think there's some process in place for that. But
okay,
the route that hopefully you'll be showing is mostly just forested land, and there are some private owners but even some of the suggestions by Stantec about these alternatives that would involve the same kind of processes, because there's private lands and maybe in some cases more individuals than even what I was showing. So
if someone is interested in talking to you about this particular item of the 401, how do they contact you?
Well, I have an email address, so
okay.
That's probably makes most sense.
Which is?
dondegroot@dddg.ca. It's my business address. So.
Okay, so they can contact you via the email, have a conversation with you, and see where this goes in the future.
Yes, they can. And,
okay.
I've had a number of people interested, and I have sort of a group of people I keep updated. And,
Good.
So they can be added to the list, and there are more voices, I guess, and more discussions with our political leaders may make sense, and
may make a difference in the future. Yes, get rid of some of those curves.
I'm thinking I should talk to Doug Ford and say, hey, I got a pro-driver project for you. It saves the taxpayer drivers money, it saves on the environment, and it improves safety. That's really the catchphrase here. But
that's what it is.
I never have done that. But.
Okay, Don, thank you for sitting down with me. Don't go away. We'll be right back.